My biggest lesson is some people do not have the same capacity as you and vice versa. So I wanted to put the definition of capacity on the screen, and I want to share my weekly lessons learned. Capacity means the ability to use and understand information to make a decision and communicate any decision made. A person's lack of capacity is their mind. A person's lack of capacity if their mind is impaired or disturbed in some kind of way, which means they're unable to make a decision at that time. So that's one of the definitions of capacity, and I'm a visual person, so I want to show you the visual. This is someone else, and this is you. And a lot of times we're expecting these people to give us this. They don't have the capacity. They only have, I think this is 12 ounces. They only have 12 ounces. Clearly you are 16 ounces. They only have 12. A lot of times we're in communication with people like this. We're having interactions, blows with people that just don't have it. They can't give you what they don't have. That is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned. I am learning. And I have to remind myself, they're not me. And I don't expect them to be me. So when I know they don't have the capacity for it, you know what? Pass. I give them a pass. I'm not going to even entertain it. I'm not going to go back and forth. I am not going to reduce my capacity to their capacity. Why? I've done my work to get here. It didn't happen overnight. Nevertheless, I'm here. My capacity is growing. And there's some people, this is where they are. This is where they're going to stay. And that's okay. They just ain't your people. Next lesson. I trust God. When I say I trust Him, there's so many things that are happening that I wish I could just share everything with you. Nevertheless, I'm going to share what I have the ability to share. Everyone has different capacity. The true test is how you handle adversity, because adversity is coming. It's coming. People see millionaires and people who have successful businesses and they're like, oh my God, it probably just happened. No, you don't see the behind the scenes stuff. You don't see the adversity. You don't see the slander. You don't see the up at night. You don't see the money that's lost. You don't see the negative bank account. You don't see them, the car they barely can pay the note on. You just see they got a new car. Or they got a new house. You see that, but you don't see the behind the scenes stuff of it. So the true test is how you handle adversity. We're all going to experience adversity. Next, sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Kill them with kindness. Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing. Some people, listen, as a person whose former Instagram name was Miss Nice Nasty, I always had something. If you went low, I went lower. If you hurt me, I hurt you back. If I had to wear those shoes, you wore them too. Like, that was me. I'm so glad I am not that person who I used to be. Okay. Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all. For some people, they can't do that. Say something. No. If two fools are arguing, you can't tell who's the fool. So sometimes you got to walk away from those arguments. You ain't going to win it no way. That's what they want, a reaction. They want you to pop off. They want you to show everybody that you're still the person they said you were. Don't give them that. Walk away with your head held high. Because sometimes the best response, baby, is nothing. Pray for them. That's it. Wish them well. And in our Uncoming Academy, we were talking about lamenting. And the stuff that I am experiencing is stuff that's happening in real life, in real time. And so lamenting prayer is a specific type of prayer where individuals or groups express their pain, their grief, their frustration to God. Often in midst of suffering and hardship. In the midst of your suffering, in the midst of your hardship, what does that look like? God, I'm disappointed that my life is upside down. I'm disappointed that didn't work out. I'm disappointed that I was rejected again. Why does this keep happening to me? I'm disappointed that people are being nasty and mean to me. It makes me angry, and I want to do things. God help me. Give it to him. He can handle all of your emotions. He can handle it. A lot of times we take these emotions and we throw them on other people. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to show them. I'm going to get them. How do you feel afterwards? Do you feel better? It doesn't change anything. Though I walk through the valley of death, do we walk through the valley? We're going to experience those dark times. We're going to experience those dark moments. So the lamenting prayer is a plea to intervene, to act, and for God to act and deliver you from the current hardship. Bring it to him. Stop trying to carry it all and fix it all and control it all, because you're burning yourself out. You're burning bridges. You're creating these hardships in your life. And we're looking at, why is this stuff happening? Well, how are you talking to people? How are you treating people? How? You think you're going to do people crazy and be blessed? You think that? Come on. Another thing, what I'm learning as we have death in the family and people are grieving, and sometimes you just don't. For me, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand grief. I didn't understand, what do you say? What do you do? So I looked up the devotion, and I search for devotions on what I'm currently experiencing. The devotion that I was reading was about grief, and it said something I just was like, it blew my mind, because I've never known this about it when it came to grief. There's a part of grief that no one talks about, the numbness. No one talks about the numbness of grief. It means that your heart is doing what it needs to do to survive. Whenever there's a loss, there are different stages of grief. There's numbness, there's anger, there's denial, there's frustration. And at the bottom of all of that is acceptance. And we have to get there, right? It takes time to get there. There's no time limit on it. But the numbness part stuck out for me. It means that your heart is doing what it needs to do to survive. So a lot of times you be like, they just seem, and I don't know if they're in shock or they numb. They're probably numb in the first stages of it. The first stages could be the numbness. It don't seem like it's real until it is. When it's that last time to say goodbye for good, or until you see them again in heaven. So the numbness means that your heart is trying to protect itself. And it's going to continue to do that until it no longer has to do that. Okay? Emotional pain. Here's what happens. The emotional pain becomes so overwhelming that the heart creates a buffer zone. That's where the numbness, that's when it's the numbness. And I was like, never have I heard that before. I never could understand it. Sometimes we don't know what to say, but I'm going to tell you what you can do. You can pray. And if you don't know what to pray, look up script, look up prayers, and pray for that person. Pray on behalf of that person. That's what you can do. That's all. Everything that we go through is for a reason. Make it to the other side of it so you can help somebody else. So I hope that's the purpose of this video. I hope this video helps you in any of these areas that you may be growing through or going through at the current moment. Everyone has different capacities. Everyone has different capacities. We got to make sure that we are around people like this in order to be poured into. And realize when you're around this person, there's not going to be any pouring. It's going to be you helping them, not them helping you. They don't have the capacity to. Some people don't have the capacity for certain things. Hope this was helpful. I'll see